Hello, I'm Mike Hartman with Waco Aircraft Corporation and Junkers Aircraft. I'm a contract pilot for the companies. And today we're out here at Plant City Airport in Florida. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the Great Lakes biplane that is produced by Waco.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
The airplanes were originally around at the very early 30s, had kind of a resurgence into the 1970s, and then later on Waco Aircraft Corporation started putting this aircraft back into production. They're a great airplane to fly, and they're a more manageable tailwheel aircraft. So if anyone's out there who's flown tailwheels, sometimes it can be pretty tricky. The Great Lakes is a very forgiving aircraft. It has a lower deck angle. It has a redesigned cowl on it, which also gives you a little more visibility when you're taxiing. And we'll talk more about the engine later. The fabric on the aircraft is Seconite. And for those who are familiar with it, the fabric is glued down onto the aircraft and then it is shrunk. And it's either rib stitched on the ribs or it's riveted down. So it's very tight and very strong. The paint is Exalta. It's a great paint that we use and it always looks wet. It's always shiny. It's a really nice paint. So back here at the business end of the aircraft, that's a normal Scott tail wheel. So you have really positive steering with this aircraft. And it also has a lot of rudder authority. With the aircraft having a narrower fuselage in general, when you have full rudder deflection, that rudder isn't completely blanked out by the rest of the fuselage, therefore allowing a lot more controllability with the aircraft. The airplane in the rear has been enlarged a little bit compared to the early Great Lakes aircraft. A big guy like me sitting in it, the instrument panel's right up in front of my face and it's kind of cramped. The Waco version of the Great Lakes actually has more room in it. The seats reclined back just a little bit, and also the instrument panel is forward a little bit. So even someone my size can get in this aircraft and be comfortable in it. We flew it down from Michigan and I was okay. It was a little chilly in the beginning, but we got warmer as we came south. The airplane has four ailerons that are very effective. The aircraft itself is very light on the controls, very light, super responsive. One of the main missions for this aircraft is aerobatics, doing loops and rolls and hammerheads. And being able to do an aerobatic sequence in this airplane is very pleasurable. The aircraft does everything you ask it to do. And it also has negative capabilities. It has inverted fuel and oil, and the airplane will actually stay upside down for about 3 minutes. There's a header tank up there, so if we wanted to fly along for 3 minutes upside down, we could actually do that. The landing gear on the airplane is one of the best compliments about the airplane. It's hard to bounce a landing or make a bad landing with the airplane. The shock absorption on this aircraft is very smooth and it helps absorb a lot of that. When you touch down, a lot of the times you don't feel it that much, especially if you come in really soft. We had one of our pilots today made the comment he didn't realize he was on the ground yet because it's that soft a landing gear. Up here on the business end is a 180 horsepower, 4-cylinder Lycoming engine. This is a fuel-injected aircraft engine. And on the front of this aircraft, we have a 3-blade MT propeller. This is also available with a 2-bladed MT propeller. It's a great engine. The airplane holds 26 gallons of fuel. And when we're cross-country, we usually stop about every 2 hours, but you can go a little bit longer if you want to. Burning anywhere between 8, 9, even all the way back to 7 gallons an hour if the power is pulled way back, but usually we keep them about 9 gallons per hour. Inside the aircraft, we offer Garmin 275 gauges, so they are round gauges. However, you've got the digital with them. And then we have our airspeed and altimeter in this one that are just normal gauges. Back here is where we have our throttle, propeller, mixture controls, all of our switches for everything we need. And it actually has a good heater in it, which is a good thing if you're flying it in cooler weather. The Great Lakes has a wonderful heater. You can actually stay warm back there. Thanks for joining us today for a quick walk around of the Great Lakes biplane. These are all built up in Battle Creek, Michigan at the Waco factory.